Yo. So let's talk about Danny Yoder. And he's commenting here on my speeding ticket video. Your foul language, unnecessary. You calling the officer a piece of S, unnecessary. You don't know that the officer makes note of that on Exhibit A, a copy of your ticket the judge has in front of him when you appear. Points made, none. Hostility noted. Look, I'm trying to help you. I must tell you that you do not help the cause by obscenity and rudeness. Secondly, it was you that asked the government for permission to drive. Failed to read the agreement? Yep. By applying for your permission to drive, you signed a vague statement agreeing to obey, period. You have a license. You are guilty. Obey and pay. All right. So here's my response. Police committing racketeering and extortion by the roadside, unnecessary. Hostility is subjective and struck down as hearsay. And they don't have body cams or blah, blah, blah cams, and it's irrelevant to the charge, which is 65. I never asked the government for permission to drive. They told me that if I don't get their paid permission, which is extortion, pay us or else, then they would have guys with guns impede my freedom on the roads I pay for. That's correct. So I don't know what you think an agreement is. That's what everyone agrees. An agreement is where two or more parties agree. I never agreed. They told me if I don't have that piece of plastic and pay them for permission to travel the roads, that guys with guns would stop me on the side of the road, and they'll stop me anyway, regardless if I have it or not. But if I don't have it, they will use violence against me if I don't comply and eventually grab me and put me in a cage. It's not a valid contract or agreement when all the parties do not agree. This guy doesn't know that? Danny Yoder? What's his name? Danny Yoder. It's not a valid contract or agreement when all the parties do not agree, especially if one of the parties is under threat and duress. So this contract or this agreement you said I signed, I did it under threat and duress, which voids any agreement or contract. Can I make... Okay, here's my question to you, Danny Yoder. Can I make that same contract? Hey, man, hey, Danny, I need this contract. You need to pay me $125 a year, and I can stop you at any time in your travels. And you have to sign it. So let's make this agreement. Do you agree to this agreement? Because if you don't agree to this agreement, I stop you whenever I see you. So I say you're completely brainwashed if you believe an agreement is where one party threatens violence if the other party doesn't agree. Hitler would be proud of you. Yeah. Your defense is that I signed an agreement. I had to sign the agreement or else they won't let me function. Don't be that ignorant. All right, there's Danny Yoder. You want to say some nonsense on my channel? Now you get to say it for everybody. They got to hear it. Thanks for watching, everyone.